I'll just share my screen. Do let me know if it's visible. I hope it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
So this should be
Yes, sir, we can see.
okay, guys. Okay. Okay. So first, we'll begin with the format of a turn code debate. See, the very basic format of a turn code debate is that there will be a one speaker. He will come. First, he will speak for the motion. Then he will switch side and start speaking against the motion. Now, your, for example, let's understand this from an example. Then things will be way more clear to you. Let's say that you have a 4-minute turn code debate. Okay. So now, in a 4-minute turn code debate, you will go on the stage and spend the first 2 minutes of your speech in speaking in favor of the motion. Then your observer or your judge will indicate you that okay, 2 minutes have passed. Then you will switch side, and for the remaining 2 minutes, that is 2 minute 1 second se lekar ke 4 minute tak, you will speak against the motion. Okay. Is there any doubt in this?
Sir, against the motion, it means that, sir, first we will promote our motion, and then the what is our opponent saying, we have to speak against it.
नहीं फॉर एंड अगेंस्ट में अपोनेंट वाली बात ही नहीं, सिंपली मोशन जैसे ही है, जैसे यू स्पीक इन फेवर ऑफ द मोशन और यू स्पीक अगेंस्ट द मोशन, तो वैसे ही हम कह रहे हैं
Sir, I mean that 2 minutes for defending and 2 minutes for making of the effects or the impacts.
2 minutes for defending and 2 minutes for going against. मतलब जैसे देखो, if you are saying online gaming वाला topic है that online gaming should be banned. So for 2 minutes you will defend online gaming and for 2 minutes you will attack online gaming. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right, gentlemen. Next is this is Ariba.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind me correcting you, my name is actually Ira.
Okay, Ira. Ira, go ahead.
Sir, how are we supposed to switch? Like, if we're speaking for the motion and then we're speaking against the motion, how are we supposed to switch sides?
All right. Ira, that is something that we'll be covering today, just in some more slides. That is something known as turn. Uske bhi chinta mat karo. We will be coming to that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
No worries. This is, I think, Manza. Yeah, Manza, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I would like to ask, we have to prepare 2 arguments for the motion and 2 arguments against the motion, right?
Yeah, that's what I would suggest. You can make maybe 3 arguments also, and अगर बहुत ही ज़्यादा छोटे arguments कर रहे हो, so you can make maybe 5 also. But preferred would be 3 and 4.
So, one more question. Like the arguments we are writing for the motion, is it important, the arguments we are writing for the motion, that we have to counter in when we are writing against the motion?
No. Your against the speech can be entirely different also, or it can entirely be based on rebuttals also. Okay.
So sorry, pardon.
I am saying is that it's totally not required. You can give a completely new against the speech जहाँ पर कोई भी rebuttal ना हो. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Guns. Garb, do you have a doubt? Okay. Ayushi.
What to?
Okay, Garb, are you asking something? So sorry. Ask. Go.
No, sorry, I forgot to decrease.
All. Ayushi.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Just a second, Ramya. Ayushi, go ahead.
So normally in a turn debate, do we have to introduce ourselves?
That's not required. If you want, you can do so, but that's not required.
No, like not right now because we're doing it online, so like we can message also, but like normally offline, guys.
No, that's totally not good because see, generally school level debates में तो कई जगहों पे it's totally said that you should not take your name at all. ज्यादा का school level debates. At some places it's allowed also. Generally college में अगर if you are going for some competition in a college, then they do let you take your name. But schools में तो कई बार you are told not to take your name at all. ठीक है? So that's not at all required. वैसे भी अब like who would care if I said my name is Krishna Pathak? Does that change anything? Does that change my arguments? Does that change their impacts? No, not at all. That's not required. Do not waste your time on that. Okay?
So just start with some our introduction.
Yeah, just to start with your main introduction. Not your introduction, but like a speech kind introduction.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Advika, I'll come to you just a second. First, I'll go to Aranya and then to you. Okay?
All right, all right.
Aranya, go ahead.
Sir, please could you repeat what the instructions you gave because your voice was cracking.
What? Sorry, can
Sir,
I repeat what?
sir, could you please tell the instructions that you gave for the debate because your voice was cracking.
Okay, so you want me
The first
for the
slide.
turn code one, right? Okay. See,
Send the first
basically,
slide.
it's nothing very difficult. It's just that if you have a 4 minute speech, then for the first 2 minutes, you speak for the motion, for the topic, and for the remaining 2 minutes, you speak against the topic. Had it been a 6 minute debate, a 6 minute turn code debate, then you will speak 3 minutes for the topic and 3 minutes against the topic. Now, Aranya, you tell me, if it was an 8 minute debate, then for how many minutes will you speak for the topic?
4.
Exactly, and 4 minutes you will speak against the topic. Just that, nothing very complicated. Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
all right, cool. Okay, guys. Advika,
Sir, I wanted to ask that we have to make the video or a voice message of our debate,
video, not a voice message at all. Video.
and we have to send it on the personal window of yours.
No, you will be sent a form link. आपके बैच ग्रुप में एक फॉर्म की लिंक भेजी जाएगी. You need to fill in your name, class, and your submission.
All right, all right.
Cool.
Actually in the group I checked, but the video was not available.
Yeah, actually, I've sent a message. If there's anything unclear, let me know. I've sent a message instead of a video. All right, Advika, go through that.
All
Guys.
right, all right. Thank you.
Okay, Ramya. Ramya. Ramya, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please give me an example like of a turn code debate?
Okay, don't worry. We'll cover that. We will cover that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Rashi.
Sir, in turn code debate or any type of debate, do we have to greet also the the
हाँ,
judges?
okay. देखो, school debates में they ask you to be more formal and they ask you to grade everyone. College level debates में they are like ठीक है करना करो नहीं करना ना करो, we don't care. So best will be just give a simple one line, good evening everyone. That's 3 words. Do not need not give me a long line, good evening respected members of the jury, teachers, my dear friends, all that stuff that related to inter-school debates. Just give me 3 words. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Chetan.
Sir, can you please explain me once again the topic we had done? The introduction
The
of
top-
it, sir. The introduction of it, sorry.
Okay, basically you mean turn code ka format, right?
Yes, sir.
See, Chetan,
Yes, sir.
if you have, let's say, a 6 minute turn code debate, okay, then have you understood that you need to speak both from side for the motion and against? It's like, let's take that topic. competition leads to development of teenagers. Okay, Chetan?
Okay, so can we not speak to hold the time for the motion?
Can you only be for the motion? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
No, you cannot be, because that is not a turn code debate. Okay, in a turn code debate, you
Okay.
switch your sides. You first were for the motion, then you become against the motion. By the way, guys, this is a fun fact. There is also it is also known as devil's advocate. Okay, because you see, devil leaves you midway. पहले आपकी मदद करने का ऐसे नाटक करेगा, फिर बीच में आपका रास्ता छोड़ के he will, destroy you. Similarly, turn code debate will be first you favor a side, then midway you leave that side, switch your side, and start going against the previous one. So that is also known as devil's advocate. Nothing very important, just for fun. Okay, so Chaitanya, if there was the topic that competition leads to development of teenagers, then for the first 4 minutes की अगर turn code debate है, so for the first 2 minutes I will say that yes, competition does lead to development of teenagers. And for the remaining 2 minutes, I will say no, competition does not lead to development of teenagers. Okay, Chaitanya?
Okay, sir.
Cool. Achha, I will repeat. See, Aranya, if the topic was competition leads to development of teenagers, then in a 4 minute turn code debate, for the first 2 minutes, I will be saying that yes, competition does lead to development of teenagers. And then,
So I was asking, what is the turn code debate also called?
okay, that is not something very important, but like devil's advocate.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so so it means like that. In half of the time uh s- we will promote it, or in half of the time we will say against it, or go in the opposite team.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's like जैसे political कुछ politics में नेता लोग अपनी parties बदल लेते हैं, they switch parties similarly. Okay, cool. Moving on, I think we have one or two more doubts. Just let me see. Ramya, do you have a doubt, or is your hand
Yes,
raised from?
sir. No, sir. Like I had a doubt that like what is a turncoat debate? Can you please tell me once again?
Okay, chalo, I will tell you. See, देखो रामया, जब हम नॉर्मली डिबेट करते हैं, so we do not switch sides. हम कहते हैं that I will either keep speaking in favor of the topic or I will keep speaking against the topic. But what happens in a turn code debate is that I will say पहले मैं किसी टॉपिक के फेवर में बोलूंगा, बीच में ही फिर मैं अपना स्टांस बदल लूंगा, और फिर मैं किसी टॉपिक की उसी टॉपिक के पहले ही वाले टॉपिक के
Yes,
अगेंस्ट में
sir.
बोलूंगा. जैसे अगर मैं पहले कह रहा था कि देखो मुझे ना मैथ्स बहुत पसंद है,
Yes, sir.
एंड देन व्हिच एक्टिविटी इज दिस, सो अगर मैं पहले कह रहा था कि मैथ्स मुझे काफी पसंद है, मैंने 2 मिनट.
Excuse me, sir.
यस.
So your voice was glitching in between. Can you please again do
ओके,
that line?
अगर मैं कह रहा था कि मुझे मैथ्स बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, ओके, पहले मैं ये कह रहा था, 2 मिनट मैंने ये कहा, फिर मैंने 11th की मैथ्स देख ली, तो मैंने कहा नहीं मुझे मैथ्स बिल्कुल भी पसंद नहीं है. ओके, तो अब मैंने अपनी बात
Yes, sir.
पलट दी. So first I was in favor of maths, next I became against maths. Exactly, this is what you need to do in a turn code debate.
Sir, like turncoat debate is that first you have to speak again for the motion, then against the motion. 2 minutes for the motion and 2 minutes against the motion.
या जितना भी आपका टोटल लेंथ थी डिबेट की, जैसे 4 है तो आधा आधा 2 बटेगा.
Yes, sir. Then
8 मिनट होगी. हाँ, तो 4 बटेगा.
it is. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Vachi, quickly.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, like, in a turn code debate, how can we change from for the motion to against the motion?
Sorry.
Sir, can you give me a minute, please? It's an
Yeah.
internet issue.
No, your voice is coming clear. I wasn't able to hear.
No, sir, I cannot get.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that how can we change for the motion to against the motion?
Okay. See, Machi, that is something known as turn, which will come to in just some time. Okay. Aranya. Aranya. Okay, चलो, we'll move on. Alright, guys, ये हो गया आपका. उसके बाद we come to how to write a turn code debate. अब देखो, at the end तो देखो आपको speech ही लिखनी है. But right now what I'm going to tell you is कि speech लिखने से पहले we also have some time for thinking. Okay, like one thing can be that you directly start writing speech. Or what I generally prefer, and most of the debaters would prefer, is that they will spend first 2 or 3 minutes in mentally thinking that these are the points that I'm going to write about. And once they are clear that, okay, these are the points that I will cover, then they go on to write their extended entire speech. All right. So that is what is known as the thinking time. अब उसी thinking time में what you need to do in a turn code debate, that is what I'll be covering right. Okay. So okay. Right. There are two approaches. One can be one by one, or the other one can be at the same time. अब नाम से बहुत clear है. One by one approach का मतलब क्या है? That forget that you are in a turn code debate competition. Forget. You normally write a debate, just write it normally. पहले for की debate लिख दो, and then write normally and against that motion debate. Someone from you asked me, right, that can this against the motion one be completely different without a debate?
So, in this debate, we have to speak against it, not write it in front of judge. At the some points are.
Listen, बेटा, रुक जाओ, मैं इस स्लाइड बोल दूं, उसके बाद then I will take your doubts. Okay, then I'll ask you. एक मिनट रुक जाओ बस. So, for example, अगर मेरी 4 मिनट की debate थी, then ideally I need to speak 2 minutes in favor. So what I'll think mentally is that forget about the turn code debate. I have a debate competition in which I need to write a speech in favor for 2 minutes length. I will write it. Then once that is done, I think, okay, अब मुझे against the motion के लिए debate लिखनी है 2 minute वाली length की. Then I'll write that. So it's basically very simple thing approach when that is your one by one approach. Okay. Now, yes, coming to the doubts. Aranya.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask that do we have to mention our name tomorrow in the debate?
It's not required, Aranya. It's not required to mention her name.
Yes.
Chaitanya.
Sir, as I said, we have to write against it, sir. But in the debate, we are allowed to carry some points written on a paper, not a whole speech.
Yeah, you can have some points written on paper to refer to, but do not take entire speech because क्या होता है ना? You can take to paper पे entire speech, but then you will keep looking at it, and then there are marks that you get for your overall impact. So those marks will be reduced if you keep looking at the paper. If you only have points, then you will just refer to it once in a while. So
but you said that we have to write, although we have to write all the points on all the debate or speech on the paper.
क्या चैतन्य, sorry मैं समझा नहीं.
Sir, you said that although we have to write, in the end we have to write the speech. So what does it mean that?
Okay, see, Chetan, you generally write a speech only, no? When you write a debate, you write your entire speech. Okay, either you can be one of those persons who like just write in bullets and expand while speaking, or generally that many people do, even me, that they like to write the complete speech word by word. Okay, that is what I meant about it.
So, but we are, so we can carry it in our pockets there.
देखो, that depends competition to competition कि तुम इसमें क्या carry कर सकते हो. इस वाले में, even if you want, you can carry the entire speech. Okay, I cannot restrict you from doing that because I am not with you physically, right? But what I would suggest you is that have एक sheet pointers के लिए अलग से, and उस पे केवल pointers लिखो, केवल title of your arguments वो लिखो, because so that you are just referring to it and not reading from it. That does not mean that you will not write your speech. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Ramya.
Sir, can you excuse me, sir?
Mhm.
So can you please can you summarize and explain me the two parts once again?
Which two parts?
Like doing at the same time and one by one, approaching at the same time and approach at one by one.
अप्रोच एट द सेम टाइम तो अभी मैंने आप लोग को पढ़ाया नहीं है, ओके, उस पर तभी आएंगे. एंड वन बाय वन का मतलब यही है कि फॉरगेट दैट यू आर इन टर्न को डिबेट. यू राइट अ डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन, नॉर्मली यू राइट अ डिबेट, वैसे ही लिखो. बस टाइम लेंथ उसकी आधी सोच के लिखो. मतलब अगर तुम वैसे 4 मिनट की डिबेट लिखती, अब सोचो कि 2 मिनट की डिबेट है और फॉर द मोशन लिख लो. फिर सोचो कि 2 मिनट की डिबेट है और अगेंस्ट द मोशन लिख लो.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
अरण्या. अरण्या. वी कैनॉट हियर यू अरण्या, अगर आप कुछ कह रही हो.
Sir, can you hear me now?
यस यस.
Sir, in the debate tomorrow we have to learn the debate and speak.
That's not required, but देखो, you can still refer to your paper, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत उसको याद करने की कोशिश कर लेना, because only then तुम अच्छे से बोल पाओगे.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir.
अद्भुत.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, same I had to ask what Aranya asked. We just have to memorize the main points of the, like the our debate
Yeah,
of our debate.
just at least read it sometimes so that वो तुम्हारे दिमाग में रहेगा and तुमको एक एक वर्ड नहीं देखना पड़ेगा. Okay?
Like we can hold the speech in our hand while
Yeah.
delivering, while delivering.
Yes, you can, but it will not leave a good overall impact. तो वहां पर तुम्हारे नंबर कम हो सकते हैं if you keep reading from it. Reference तो चलो ठीक है. राशि.
I'm so sorry, sir. My hand is raised.
No issues. I think Soumya had raised her hand. Soumya, do you have a question? Okay, chalo, we'll move on. Right, guys, that was your one by one approach. That is very simple. अब हम आते हैं main approach पे, जो मेरी फेवरेट है. That is at the same time. मतलब क्या है कि जो तुम्हारा थॉट प्रोसेस वाला, थिंकिंग टाइम वाला पीरियड होता है, उसमें you just make two columns. एक में लिखो for and एक में लिखो against. Use two different pens. Preferably एक black या एक black, एक blue, or maybe of any other color, and write everything related to the for in one column with one ink. Write everything related to against in different column with other ink. Okay. अब देखो, how you need to approach this. सबसे पहले you will write your argument 1 in favor of the motion. बस उसके एक key point, जैसे title generally जो होता है, वो you will write in for वाला column. This is your first step. Your second step will be, अब इस argument का क्या rebuttal हो सकता है, that you will write इसके corresponding सामने against वाले column में. Okay. Next, ये अब तुम्हारे against में क्या एक argument हो सकता है, वो थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट में 2-3 लाइन में you will write argument 1 against the motion, against वाले column में. Okay. अब इसका क्या rebuttal हो सकता है, that you will write इसके सामने for वाले column. So you are basically going like argument 1 for में, उसके सामने rebuttal for argument 1 against में, then against में argument 1, then उसके सामने for में rebuttal for argument against 1. समझ पा रहे हो? So basically you are going from block this to this block to this block to this. Similarly, you repeat this for the second time, argument 2 के लिए, and then if you want to write argument 3, so you can do that once again. So this is how you think of it in your thinking time. And then जब तुमको अपनी actual speech लिखनी होगी, तो ये for वाला सारा content line से जो column में लिखा हुआ है, you will take all of that and write your entire speech. Then similarly, against में जब तुम्हें अपनी पूरी speech लिखनी होगी, so take all of this written in the against वाला column and write all of that in your speech. अब is there any doubt in this? Because सुबह वाले बैच में इसमें काफी doubts हैं. Let me.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Chaitanya, go ahead.
Sir, I left. Sir, I left the meeting because of network connection. Sir, can you please re-explain? Sir, can you tell me how many topics are done?
Chaitanya, when were you disconnected? Can you please tell me that?
Sir, sir, then you were explaining 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the motion and 2 minutes again the motion.
Okay, Chaitanya, did you get that entirely?
Yes, sir.
ओके वंडरफुल। उसके बाद चैतन्य मैंने आपको अभी 2 अप्रोचेस बताई हैं टू राइट अ टर्न कोड डिबेट। आपने अभी सेकंड वाली अप्रोच पूरी सुनी?
No, sir. I joined it half.
ओके, व्हेन डिड यू जॉइन? जब मैं क्या बता रहा था?
Sir, that the column, this column, the column.
ओके,
That
when I said that you need to prepare 2 columns, right?
yes, sir.
हाँ, बस सेकंड वाली अप्रोच वहीं से स्टार्ट होती है। ओके, दैट इज द सेकंड अप्रोच, जहां पे आप दोनों साइड से आर्गुमेंट साथ में सोचते हो। योर फर्स्ट अप्रोच इज व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर देम वन बाय वन, दैट इज पहले आप फॉर का अपना पूरा डिबेट लिख लेते हो, देन यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग अगेंस्ट वाली डिबेट। तो फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे आपकी 4 मिनट की टर्न को डिबेट थी, फॉरगेट दैट यू आर इन अ टर्न को डिबेट। थिंक कि आप नॉर्मल डिबेट कंपटीशन में हो जिसमें आपको एक डिबेट के फेवर में लिखना है, एंड राइट दैट कीपिंग इन माइंड कि तुम्हारी डिबेट की लेंथ केवल 2 मिनट्स है। लिख लिया तुमने, और अब उसको भूल जाओ। नाउ वंस अगेन थिंक दैट यू आर इन सम अदर डिबेट कंपटीशन जहां पे तुम्हें टॉपिक के अगेंस्ट में लिखना है, ऐसे कि तुम्हारे कंटेंट की लेंथ 2 मिनट्स हो। नाउ राइट दैट, दैट इज योर वन बाय वन अप्रोच। दैट इज द फर्स्ट अप्रोच। और सेकंड अप्रोच इज अप्रोच एट द सेम टाइम, जो हमने अभी कवर किया। ओके, अब इसके बाद इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट then raise your hand, otherwise you can sit easily.
No, sir, I
Right,
don't have doubt.
you Chaitanya, sorry?
No, sir, I don't have a doubt.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Rashi?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the second approach, there is in the slide it is written uh, prepare the rebuttal for argument one. This so, sir, I'm a bit confused that we are only speaking for and we are only speaking against it. So rebuttal for I hope
अपने
you understand. Yes, sir.
होता है मजा आपकी करने में। देखो, आइडियली व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग इज, अगेंस्ट में जो आपने रिबटल सोचे फॉर के लिए, यू कैन से देम एंटायरली, ठीक है? बट फॉर में जो आप अगेंस्ट में अभी बोलने वाले हो, जो आप बोल चुके हो, उसके लिए तो रिबटल ठीक है। बट अगर आप रिबटल पहले दे दे रहे और फिर वो आर्गुमेंट दोगे, तो उस आर्गुमेंट की उतनी वैल्यू नहीं रहती। इसलिए if I have some argument against the motion जिसका मैं रिबटल फॉर में ऑलरेडी दे चुका हूं, then what I will try to do is कि जब मैं वो आर्गुमेंट दूंगा अगेंस्ट में, so I will give it in such a manner कि उस रिबटल की जो कमी थी उसको मैं ऑलरेडी एड्रेस कर दूं। समझ पा रही मेरी बात? क्योंकि रिबटल का मेन पॉइंट क्या होता है कि आपके आर्गुमेंट में वो एक फ्लॉ निकालेगा। अगर वो फ्लॉ आपने रेक्टिफाई कर दिया तो आपका आर्गुमेंट जिंदा। सो अगेंस्ट में तो यू कैन इजीली फाइंड आउट फ्लॉज फॉर वाले आर्गुमेंट के, बट फॉर में जो आप अपने अगेंस्ट में अपने आर्गुमेंट्स दोगे, अगर उनकी कोई रिबटल अभी दे दे रहे हो, तो जब एक्चुअल में आप वो आर्गुमेंट दो, देन फिल इन दैट फ्लॉ। और ये सारा आपको थिंकिंग टाइम में ही करना पड़ेगा।
Sir, can you give an example?
Can I give you an example? If I have that register right now, I will. Otherwise, I will not be able to. I will see. उसके सिवा उसके सिवा if you have anything, let me know. Meanwhile, I'm out searching for the register.
Okay, sir.
Is there anything?
No, sir. Only this how to give rebuttal for our speech only.
All right. Coming to the next one, just a second. Who is it? This is Ira. Go ahead.
Sir, I didn't understand the second approach. How we're supposed to rebuttal, and I just couldn't understand.
Okay, you couldn't understand that. No issue. No issues. Ira, did you understand this? That first you'll be writing argument one for the motion.
Yes,
I mean, not writing it entirely, but just 1 or 2 lines, so that you know कि ये वाला point था.
yes, sir,
Okay.
I understood that.
Now, think कि अगर तुम against में होती, So how would you rebut this argument? Okay, and write that rebuttal against wala column. Next, just like you did this for, similarly do this for against. That write a 1 or 2 line main points of your argument 1 against the motion. अब इस आर्ग्यूमेंट का अगर ये आर्ग्यूमेंट ये आर्ग्यूमेंट अगर तुम्हारा ओपोनेंट देता, so you would have given me some rebuttal for that. What will that rebuttal be? That you write over here as rebuttal of argument 1 against the motion. Now, in the speech, what you need to do is against वाला तो पूरा column as it is बोल दे, ठीक है? But for में, sorry, for वाला तो पूरा column as it is बोल दे, okay? But अब against में जब आओ, तो for में तुम इस argument का already कुछ rebuttal दे चुकी. That means that you've already identified some weakness in your argument 1 against the motion. Okay? You've already identified some weakness in your argument 1 against the motion. So now, when you will give your speech against the motion, give it in such a manner कि जो weakness थी वो अब बचे ना. You already addressed that weakness. ठीक है?
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. अगर अभी भी clear ना हो तो do ask again. Yeah, Ramya.
So, like, there is a example that online on that competition is beneficial for teenagers. So I have a point. I have a point for also that it increases competition increases concentration of the teenagers, and against also that competition pressurize the teenagers. So like, how can we go and we have to give the rebuttal also, so their columns are there. So how can we go from for to against and against to for? There we cannot do that. We cannot go to directly that first we have said that point and after that we have said that point. We cannot do that. So how, like, we can move to against by for and for by against. Excuse me,
Okay.
sir?
Yeah. See, Ramya. देखो, जो मैंने अभी तुमको ये बताई approach to, that is only for your thinking time. Okay. When you will write your actual speech, या when you will be giving your actual speech, तो पूरा for वाला एक साथ बोलोगी and उसके बाद ही पूरा against वाला बोलो. So
Yes,
it will
sir.
never be. Okay. Wonderful.
Yes, sir, I can't understand that like how we can do, but now yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Right. Next is Darsh. Darsh, are you here?
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask. I think somebody already asked it about the rebuttal, and I wanted an example because I wasn't understanding.
Okay. So Darsh, do you want me to repeat that rebuttal wala again? If you want, I will do.
No, I understood the rebuttal thing, and I think I understood how to do it, but I still want an example to.
Right. Don't worry. Okay, so we'll be covering example. So don't worry about that. Some.
Sir, I wanted to ask that before starting a speech, we will tell the heading that we are going to speak for or against, or we will directly start.
Yes. You can give that heading. Definitely, you can give that. इससे ज़्यादा clear होता है judges को when you are making the turn. And that is something we'll also cover when we'll come to turn वाला question. इसके बाद
And
just वही बात. हाँ.
in the competition, do we need to give rebuttal?
See, giving rebuttals is never required, but is definitely suggested. Because when you give a rebuttal, you are able to prove your case by destroying your opponent's case. And that is something that is very unique about debating. And therefore, जब भी debate की बात आती है, rebuttals are given, काफी ways. Even if you in your marking scheme, जो आप लोगों के कल के marking वाला है, उसमें भी rebuttal has different marks allotted to it. So if you don't rebut at all, then you may not get those marks allotted. थोड़ा बहुत तो मिल ही जाता है, because तुम rebut करो ना करो, तुम्हारी स्पीच में अगर कहीं ना कहीं इनडायरेक्टली भी रिबटल हो रहा है तो थोड़े बहुत मार्क्स तो मिल ही जाते हैं. But if you want good marks in the rebuttal wala section, then at least you'll have to give me one rebuttal argument, either from for or from against.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Next I have Vanya.
Sir, in any other debate, we have an opponent speaking, so we address them as a worthy opponent. So here, sir, in rebuttal, we ourselves are speaking against the motion. So how we are going to address
Okay,
in the rebuttal?
good. See, what you can say is that generally people who speak in favor speak this, but I speak this. So instead of saying like my worthy opponents said so, but I will say this, you say generally people speaking in favor say this, but I speak this. Okay, Vanya?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Advik,
So I wanted to ask that tomorrow do we have to give a rebuttal in the competition?
yeah, it is definitely suggested.
Okay, okay.
Rebuttal is not something that you need to give alag se, it should be within a speech. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. Raman.
Excuse me,
Uh,
sir, can you please explain me approach at the same time, like summarizing it and giving one example?
approach at the same time will be that I will say. अच्छा guys, देखो बाकी लोगों को भी कुछ एग्जांपल चाहिए तो मैं एग्जांपल से ही अब समझाता हूँ. देखो, I think who else wanted it? I guess Rashi and Darsh also wanted it. Yeah, see,
Sir, with the rebuttal.
with a rebuttal. Okay,
Yes.
I will explain that with a rebuttal. Chaitanya, by the way, what doubt do you have?
So in the turn court debate, sir, we do not have a opponent because we do not have an opponent. So
Like,
because as is sir, because in this type of debate, so we are gonna speak against it and for it. Both the sides are we are doing.
yes, yes, yes. So ऐसे देखा जाए तो in a way you do not have any direct opponent, but at the same time everyone is also your opponent क्योंकि at the end है तो competition ही, तो only one will win. Okay,
Okay, so
right.
thank you, sir.
I think Vachi asked some doubt in the chat section. Just wait a second. It is. Competition because we're going out of station. Don't worry, Vachi, about that. Just drop me a message or give me a call regarding it. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
sir.
Now, coming to the example. See, for example, if we take that motion only, that online gaming is a curse for teenagers. Okay, up see, online gaming is a curse for teenagers because it leads to addiction. Why? Because online gamings use, now this is reasoning. Online gamings use a system of rewards that, and because of this system of rewards, children find it very fascinating to play these games, also along with those wonderful graphics. And because of all of these reasons, children find it very fascinating to play the game and they are engaged in it for hours, which leads to this addiction. Now, when this addiction is there, it leads to time displacement from their studies. They are not able to focus on productive tasks, be it studying or participating in sports or other extracurricular activities. So I gave you the title, that is online gaming is a curse for teenagers as it leads to addiction. Then I gave you the reasoning for it, that is instant rewards and graphics being used in it. So I gave you two rewards. I gave you two reasons so that अगर तुम एक को रिवर्ट भी कर देते हो, my second reason will still stand. Okay, and then I gave you the impact कि वो बाकी जगह पे टाइम नहीं दे पाते. Very simple argument that all of you can propose. Now, this was my argument one for the motion. Abhi, I will think that how I can rebut it in against one. So I will say that okay, I will rebut it by saying that online gaming is not a curse for teenagers because I'll say in rebuttal basically need to say that online gaming does not lead to addiction. Why does online gaming does not lead to addiction is because several times these games have a cool down time. Like you have an army that will be recharged only after a few hours. So because of that cool down time, these kids are basically forced to wait before making a new match. Okay. At the same time, in the reward system as well, they lose several times, so they are not always winning, and because of that as well, they are discouraged from playing the game when they have bad matches again and again. Therefore, because of these reasons, online games are not so addictive. Okay, this is how I will rebut this argument. Not a great rebuttal, but yes, definitely a fine one. This fulfills the second block. Coming to the third block, that is my first argument against the motion, basically saying that online gaming is not a curse for teenagers. So I will simply say the point that all of you said, that online gaming increases the mental capabilities of students, as because of this, students' decision making skills are sharpened, their hand eye coordination increases, they are able to their reflexes become better, right? All of this stuff. This is what my argument one against the motion would look like. Now, when I come from side 4, this column, and I need to think of the rebuttal for this argument. So I will say that online gaming ultimately is not able to increase the mental capabilities of students. Why? Because of two reasons. Firstly, through studies, it has been proven that if teenagers play a lot of online games, then it does not lead to their mental development. Okay, because they are not doing something new. And secondly, when teenagers play these games, instead of going for fields that directly improve their mental capabilities, be it studying, be it sports, or be it extracurriculars, some things that directly impact their mental capability, then ultimately, even if their mental capability is increasing, it is not increasing at a rate that would increase when these online gaming would not have been there and these children would have been studying or playing outside. So अगर तुम लोगों ने notice किया हो, can anyone tell me which type of rebuttal was my first rebuttal जो मैंने उसके लिए दिया था addiction के लिए? Was it a competing one or was it a contradictory one? Just vocalize. आप सब साथ में बोलो. I have no choice. सब लोग अनम्यूट करके बोल सकते हो साथ में, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Was it competing? Was it contradictory? पहले वाला.
Contradictory.
Contradicting.
It was
Exactly.
contradicting.
That was
Contradicting.
okay. Great.
Contradicting.
Okay. Guys. अभी the second rebuttal I give, ठीक है, जहां पे मैंने कहा that अगर उनका mental development इनके केस में हो भी रहा है, so for the motion में when online gaming is not there, then mental development ज्यादा होएगा because तब बच्चे पढ़ेंगे या गेम्स बाहर जाके खेलेंगे तो वहां पे mental development ज्यादा होगा. This is what I am saying. For के rebuttal देने के लिए जो argument one था against the motion, उसका rebuttal देने के लिए for मैं I am saying this. So is this a competing rebuttal or is this a contradictory rebuttal?
Competing.
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 Exactly.
Competing.
Okay.
Competing.
Okay guys. So you understand? इसी तरीके से पहले for का पहला argument सोचो, उसका rebuttal सोचो, फिर against का पहला argument सोचो, उसका rebuttal सोचो, फिर ऐसे ही
It's just like the define the totals in our studies like that.
just like you define two terms.
In the studies, yes, sir.
I'm unable to get exactly चैतन्य क्या मतलब किस तरीके से आप बोल
So
रहे हो?
I mean that like the two terms are biotic or abiotic. So in which we are we take one point, but we cannot we have to see against it. On that point only, we do not have to move on other point like that. All living organisms are known as abiotic. We cannot say that all 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 things that do not move or do any motion are known as non-living organisms like that.
So what you're trying to say is कि जैसे अगर तुम differences वाला कर रहे हो, तो अगर तुमने ये वाले कॉलम में लिखा है कि this is this is easy, तो तुम दूसरे वाले में this is not easy नहीं लिख सकते हो. Are you trying to say something like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And exactly यहाँ पे तुम उसको कैसे यूज कर रहे हो?
सर जैसे सर हमने एक पॉइंट सोचा, अब हमें जो है उसका नॉट में निकाल देना है कि वो होगा ही नहीं उसमें. हमने एक इसमें फॉर में सोचा कि ये नहीं होगा और हमारा फिर अगेंस्ट में हो जाएगा कि इसमें अगेंस्ट में होगा ऐसे.
हाँ, राइट, या यू कैन डू सो. वो तुम्हारा रीबटल बन जाएगा.
ओके सर.
Okay guys, do you want me to give इसका example या explanation again? Anyone?
Could you give another example?
Could I give another example? Okay. All right. So, do you want me to change the topic or do you want me to give on the same topic another argument?
Sir, change the topic. Change the topic. Sir,
Okay.
Change the topic, please.
Cool. Just a second. Avril said something in the chat. Just a second, guys. The point he says achieving against your mental skills will increase is a very profession will do a very difficult. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Exactly, Avril. That is not a good argument because opposition is अच्छा rebuttal दे सकती है. Okay. And यहाँ पे मैं जो भी कह रहा हूँ, do not take any of those arguments as some good arguments because ये अभी जो मेरे दिमाग में instantly आएगा वही बोलूँगी. Okay. Had it been prepared and it would have been good arguments, so do not write them exactly in the competition. Okay. Coming to some other argument, coming to some other topic. If I take the yeah, so if I say that standardized examinations should be removed, is there anyone who does not know? अच्छा चलो मैं तुमको थोड़ा ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ. देखो, स्टैंडर्डाइज एग्जामिनेशन का बेसिकली मतलब ये होता है कि जैसे तुम्हारा जेई है और योर नीट और योर बोर्ड्स एनीथिंग, बेसिकली अ टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन आंसर वाला एग्जाम wherein the same person is giving the entire exam. This is one type of exam which is known as standardized assessment. Another one can be your holistic assessment, wherein not only you are tested on your knowledge, that is the question answers, Jesse. Apart from it, maybe you are tested on your sports, on your extracurricular activities, all that stuff. So there is one thing known as a standardized testing, and the other one is known as holistic testing. क्या इसमें किसी को कोई doubt है? Okay, cool. So if the topic is that standardized testing should be banned. Standardized testing should be banned. So in for the motion, I can say as the argument one that standardized testing should be banned because it does not test the true capabilities of a student, because they only focus on their theoretical knowledge and ignore their all other skills, which can be in some other sports or in some other extracurricular activities. As a result, the pressure of students for studies is increased while they are not truly rewarded for their efforts in extracurriculars. ये argument one सबको समझ आया favor में? Okay. अब अगर मैं against में आकर, if I want to give its rebuttal, so what do I say? I will say no, you are wrong. Standardized testing is able to test students entirely overall. Why? Because see, these standardized testing at the end are testing your core mental capabilities, be it critical thinking, analytical skills, and decision making. And even if you talk about your sports or any other extracurricular, at the root level, what are they developing? In your sports, your quick decision making is being developed. In extracurriculars like debate, your critical thinking and analytical skills are being developed. So at the end, you talk about any sports or extracurriculars, they are focusing upon your mental capabilities only. Okay. When you talk about standardized testing, it also, the questions may be different, but at the root, it is also testing your mental capabilities only. So they are able to perfectly judge a student because they and are able to give credit for his sports and extracurricular efforts as well. क्या ये rebuttal सबको clear है? किसको इसमें कोई doubt? Cool. So that was argument 1 for the motion. मैंने पहले सोचा, उसके बाद फिर मैंने इसका rebuttal सोचा from against the motion. So ठीक है. Now I will think of an argument against the motion. अब argument against the motion में I need to say that standardized testing should be there. It should not be banned. So what will I say? देखो, standardized testing should be there and should not be banned. Why? Because standardized testing is the most inexpensive way of testing students. Because a same standardized assessment can be given by 1,000 students. You need not repeat that process again and again. But in holistic testing, you need to individually evaluate each and every student, okay, which increases the cost a lot, right? Because of that, we do not want to make education very expensive so that it becomes unaffordable for everyone. We do not want that, and that is why standardized testing should not be banned. That is what I will say from side against the motion as my first argument. Okay. Ab I will think of its rebuttal from side for the motion. So I will think iska kya rebuttal ho sakta hai. Iska rebuttal can be that even other means of testing like holistic testing are not so expensive. Why they are not so expensive? Because in those testing as well, we can use artificial intelligence. So even though that artificial intelligence will individually evaluate each and every student's profile, but because we are not using humans to individually evaluate, and at the end only a computer is evaluating them individually, so the costs will still not be so high and it will still be affordable. So that will be my rebuttal for the argument 1 against the motion. इसमें अगर किसी को भी इस सब में कोई भी डाउट है, then please ask. Ayush, go ahead.
I'm sorry, this is out of topic, but like in this debate, can we speak also in Hindi while speaking in English? Or
No, you need to speak in English because it is an English debate. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, this
Sir,
is.
sir, just like the doubt of Ayushi, sir, can we use some words in the Hindi in between the debate?
No, ideally you should not do that. It can always lead to a deduction of marks. So even though it's not very sure that it will lead to deduction of marks, but agar risk hai, so why to take it? You guys can speak in English, all right? I know that you guys know English that much at least. Rashi.
Sir, like first we speak for the motion and then we speak against the motion. Then 2 minutes for the motion and 2 minutes against the motion. So like
Okay.
here what you are doing, you are giving one argument and then you are doing the rebuttal from against the motion. So like first we are speaking the for the motion, right? So
देखो देखो राशि बेटा सुनो मेरी बात. ये जो अभी मैंने बोला ना, दिस इज ओनली व्हाट आई विल थिंक इन द थिंकिंग टाइम. आई विल राइट इट. ओके. जब मैं बोलने जाऊंगा स्पीच, तो मैं पूरा फॉर वाला कंटेंट एक साथ बोलूंगा और फिर उसके बाद पूरा अगेंस्ट वाला कंटेंट एक साथ बोलूंगा. ओके.
so the rebuttal we will give while we are speaking for or we are speaking against.
अगर वो रिबटल फॉर की साइड से था, जैसे देखो
Excuse me, sir.
जैसे सेकंड, जैसे तुम जो अगेंस्ट का रिबटल लिखोगे फॉर के साइड से, उसको तुम फॉर वाले में बोलोगे. एंड जब तुम फॉर द मोशन के किसी आर्ग्यूमेंट का रिबटल लिखोगी अगेंस्ट में, तो उसको तुम अगेंस्ट बोलते वक्त लिखोगे. जैसा फॉर्मेट यहाँ पे वैसे ही कॉलम एग्जैक्टली बोल देना. जस्ट टेक इट डाउन. अच्छा गाइस, आई डू वांट टू टेक योर डाउट्स, बट द थिंग इज कि बस मुझे एक चीज बतानी है एंड देन आई विल बी ओवर विद द थ्योरी. मतलब थ्योरी नहीं, जो भी आज मुझे मेन कंटेंट बताना है. सो फर्स्ट जस्ट लेट मी टेल दिस थिंग, उसके बाद हम लोग डाउट्स पे आएंगे, बिकॉज देन एनीवन हु वांट्स टू लीव कैन लीव. देन वी
Excuse me, sir.
यस चैतन्य.
Sir, the tomorrow debate, the competition debate will be the
चैतन्य,
turn code or the normal one.
that will be a turn code.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Ramya, quickly.
Sir, in the remaining time, can we do examples, please?
We will come to that, but ye khatam hone do. Okay. So guys, all of your questions, but first just let me end this slide so that anyone who wants to go can leave. Okay. Now see, what is a turn? In a turn code debate, when you are switching side, when you are going from for to against, तो वो जो transition होता है, that transition is known as turn. Okay, the transition is known as turn. Now, why is it very important to make this turn very clear? Because unless you make it clear, then the judges or the audience can get confused that अभी तो ये बंदा for the motion बोल रहा था, अभी for में against की बातें कहाँ से करने लगा? So perhaps he is going wrong. Although after some time they will realize that okay, he has made a turn and started speaking against. But वो confusion तो create हो चुका होगा तब तक. So that is why you should make it very clear, explicitly, that you are making a turn. Okay? Now, how do you do that? That brings us to the last slide for today. That is mastering the turn. You can use multiple ways to do so. Firstly, something that you should do at all. मतलब ये तो करना ही करना है. That is, use at least one clear phrase to indicate your transition. For example, it can be that now I will begin my case against the motion. Or it can be, I told you about the positives. Let's turn the debate now and talk about the negatives. Okay? Or you can come up with anything which clearly indicates that now you are going to switch your side. That will be like a statement, a line. Once that is done, that can be your one approach. And that is something that you should do at all. You should definitely do. बाकी तो चलो optional है. बाकी optional में क्या है कि you should make a non-verbal cue. Non-verbal cue का मतलब क्या होगा? That you have a paper on your hand from which you are referring. The moment you are making the turn in a debate, if you turn that page as well, then it becomes like a non-verbal cue. Okay, you are giving them a psychological hint that you are making a turn. You are doing something different. You are making a change. Okay, then if you were standing looking towards your left, your body tilted towards your left. Now, when you are turning, मतलब ये जो turn वाला point आया in your turn code debate. At that very point, if you change your body position and make it maybe just looking at the center or looking at the right, just change your body position. Then that also psychologically, this influences the judge to believe that okay, he's bringing a change. That is basically he's making a turn in the okay, I think someone is unmuted. This is who is it? Just a second, guys. Atish, I think you are unmuted. Can you please mute yourself?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, no issues. So, okay, so that is what we mean by non-verbal cues. And third is a very simple one that you can take a long pause before the turn. Okay, I think there was some fourth thing as well, which I am not able to remember right now.
Sir,
But,
sir, how
Yes,
many seconds a minute we have to take stop
Yes.
for a long pause?
just a second, beta, just a second. Fourth thing will be that you need to give me two roadmaps in the debate. So आपका पहला roadmap तो चलो for में ही हुआ होगा. दूसरा, when you are giving your against वाला speech भी, then also at least give me 1 or 2 lines of introduction, then give me your entire roadmap against. तो वो roadmap भी आपका indicate कर सकता है that you've made the turn. So this is how you need to do in turn. Now I'll come to questions and सबसे पहले चैतन्य बेटा बोलो.
Sir, can you re-explain me the second one in the master of turns?
Okay, you want to know that non-verbal cues wala?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, Chetan, you know body language is important in debate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. अभी चैतन्य tilt थोड़ा सा left में. I mean, tilt your body towards your left. Okay, like turn your body towards your left. Okay. अभी देखो. So that's something like what I mean to say is, I'll just turn on my camera as well. Yeah, Akshara, you can go now.
Excuse me, sir.
Covered. Anyone who wants to leave now can leave. All the
Excuse
main
me,
stuff is
sir.
covered. Ramya, रुक जाओ बेटा, रुक जाओ.
Sir, I have a network connection. Sir, I'm saying that I have a network connection, so may I rejoin again?
Yes, you can, of course. Okay. Guys, I've covered the main stuff. If anyone of you wants to leave now, you can leave without taking any permission. If you have any doubt, you can stay back. Or if you want any additional information, if you want any additional stuff that you want to know, then you can stay. Okay. So see, Chetan, the non-verbal cue, what I mean is, just a second. A second, you take it on. Am I visible, right? Now, if I'm standing somewhat like this, okay. So panel, this is what I'm saying. I'm just giving an argument, a random argument, and then I'm looking towards my right. Okay. After my mirror image, okay, so maybe I'm looking towards left, but I'm actually looking towards my right. Right. Now, when I want to make a turn, what I will do is, I was speaking this, I will take a long pause, and then I will turn. अब थोड़ा सा मैं ऐसे हो and then I will say, now panel, I told you about the positives. Let us come to the negative side of this motion. So that is basically me giving you a non-verbal cue to indicate that I am making a turn. Wait, I'm switching my side.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, but in the long pause, sir, how many seconds or minutes we have to stop? Pause.
हाँ सी चैतन्य दैट इज नॉट समथिंग ऐसा जो सोचा हो लाइक जो भी आप नॉर्मली पॉज देते हो जो भी द पॉज दैट यू गिव आफ्टर यू एंड अ पैराग्राफ उससे बस थोड़ा सा
सर एज अ ओपिनियन
forget about that if you are using a proper sentence to explicitly mention that you are making a term like that you told about the positives now you will talk about the negatives so if you are telling that explicitly तो वो pause ना भी होगा लंबा सा तो still it won't be that much of a okay Chetan?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, cool. Now just a second guys. Yeah. मेरी screen तो आगे सब लोग अब दिख नहीं रही है but okay. Is there any other question? Because I cannot see any hands raised. If there is, do let me know. Yeah, Vanya followed by Ira.
So, for while we are switching sides from to against, when we are switching side, yes, from for to against, when we are switching sides, for the introduction, can we again quote some lines?
Yeah, you can, and you need to give an introduction again. That can be a short one, क्योंकि बार-बार कितना ही लंबा introduction दोगे. Maybe just 1 or 2 sentences, but do give a roadmap for sure. अगर turn code debate में you are not giving 2 roadmaps, then I will kill you guys. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ira.
Sir, excuse me, sir. How are we supposed to like come to a conclusion? Because we're also speaking for and against the topic. So how are we supposed to come to a conclusion?
Ira. Just like you need to give me 2 introduction in a turn code debate, just like you need to give me 2 roadmaps in a turn code debate, you can also give me 2 different conclusions in a turn code debate. One from side for and one from side against. एक जब for खत्म हो रहा होगा just before your turn and एक जब against खत्म हो रहा होगा. Or if you want, you can also give me a combined conclusion towards the end of your pura thing that see while it has some positives like जो तुमने for में बोला हो you can summarize that. It also has some great negatives like this जो तुमने against में बोला summarize that.
Sir, I also wanted to ask if we're supposed to title every single argument, like is it necessary?
Is it necessary
to have a title for every argument?
To have a title for every argument. See, title is not something that you need to find different. Okay. But when you are giving a roadmap, it is important for you to be able to express your argument in just a few words. उसको हम नाम दे देते हैं title का. तो अलग से explicitly if you are indicating that is title or not, that is totally not something that you need to do. Just the thing is that because you need to give a roadmap, तो वो roadmap देने के लिए, can you give me that argument in 3 or 4 words? That is something that should be. आगे भी title तो चलो ठीक. Is it fine, Ira?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Ishani, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask that when we start the turn code debate, so like we'll straight away start with for the motion and like we don't have to add anything else for the motion,
No.
introduction, roadmap and that.
Yeah, just for the motion, introduction for the motion, roadmap for the motion, then arguments for the motion, and then conclusion if you want to give. Then a turn, then introduction against the motion. roadmap against the motion, and then your arguments against the motion, and then the conclusion. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Ramya. Ramya?
So, so
Yeah.
excuse me, sir. So, like, there, I said one before the example that uh, competition are can increase. Competition are beneficial for teenagers. So I've said this example before, but I don't know how to give the rebuttal for against emotion.
Rebuttal किस वाले argument के लिए competition क्या है?
Sir, competition is beneficial for teenagers.
Okay.
Sir, against emotion I have to give.
See, Ramya, competition is beneficial for teenagers is not an argument. It can be a topic. Okay, it can be a motion. But
No, sir,
competition is
sorry. Sir, I was saying a topic only.
okay. So, like, जो आपका rebuttal होता है, that is not on the topic. It is on an argument. Okay, जब इस topic पे आपका कोई specific argument for the motion में होगा,
Yes, sir.
only then you can give a rebuttal. है ना?
So I'm like giving that argument that that competition pressurized for against the motion I want the rebuttal and also for the motion that for the motion is there that competition increases concentration of teenagers and against the motion is concentration pressurize the teenagers. So I want both the rebuttal. I don't know how to.
Okay. The, if you are refuting or giving a rebuttal for this argument that competition increases concentration of teachers, then you can say, iska rebuttal में you can say that competition does not increase the concentration of teenagers, rather it degrades it. Why? Because due to increasing concentration, today teenagers spend a lot of their time thinking over or fearing over the fact that they will not be able to survive in this competition or that several other people are way ahead of them. And because of that, children spend a lot of time just being afraid of this thing. And when they have been afraid of this thing, they are just been worried and are unable to actually concentrate on the thing that was actually required. So, did their concentration truly increase? No, rather, it was degraded. Similarly, this competition can also lead to things like anxiety and depression. And of course, when a student is suffering from anxiety and depression, he cannot concentrate on his studies or other important or productive stuff. So basically, I gave you 2 points of rebuttal for that argument. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Like for the motion you have set the three buttons, so there can be one point also that that they can it can also lead to suicide of the teenagers.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, can you please give the against the motion that I have said the against the motion I have said that the students can pressurize the student can pressurize. I have said that against the
Right.
motion. Can you please give me a rebuttal?
Yeah, just a second. Let me can pressurize systems. Okay. Not a very good rebuttal, but rebuttal देने के लिए rebuttal है. देखो, generally it's not important कि you will find a rebuttal for each and every point. But क्योंकि rebuttal देना ही देना है, तो मैं बस कह दे रहा हूँ. In that case, you can speak so this, not something very strong, but maybe you can say that what happens when there is a lot of competition is students are afraid from the beginning that okay, they are going to face intense competition, and because of that they know that they need to work hard from the very beginning. Now when they are working hard from the very beginning, they will be well prepared throughout, and so at the end they won't be they won't get a lot of pressure ekdam se. All right, but in the other case, had this competition not been there or not been a lot, then in that case, the students would have been relaxed throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, they would have started studying. And so in just some time, they would have to do everything. Because of that, they would be pressurized to do a lot in a short span of time. So pressure is more there, not in us.
Yes, sir. Now, excuse me, sir.
Mhm.
So I wanted it as a doubtful competition that
Uh-huh.
where like yes sir,
Sorry.
excuse me sir. So there was a doubt for a competition. I have a doubt that you have
Uh-huh.
said that we have to like for and against because it has turned for debate. So we have to do for and against. So you have said that we have to first do the for and then again. So now we will give the rebuttal also uh, with the topic argument of the for or against.
हाँ देखो रम्या,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
when I showed you that slide वो वाला approaching same both at the same time है ना, did you take a screenshot or of it or did you write it down? Okay, no worries if you did not. I'll
So
share with.
I was on the laptop. That's why I can't take screenshot.
Sorry, don't worry. I'll share those PPTs with all of you. Okay. So if you will open that slide, वहां पे for वाले कॉलम में जो जो चीजें भी हैं, all that you need to speak when you are speaking for वाला part. And then against वाले कॉलम में जो जो भी चीजें हैं, all that you need to speak when you are speaking your against वाला part. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
This is Darsh. Yes.
Sir, can I leave?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, anyone can leave now. Okay. Ramya, is that okay?
So now can we do examples because the practice.
We already did two examples, right? Chalo, अच्छा. We'll come to that, but पहले know के doubts. Soumya.
So, can you explain what is a turn again?
Okay, I'll explain what's the term
Yes.
again. Don't worry about it. See, Soumya. देखो, Soumya, you understood this thing that in turn code debate, you need to speak both from for also and from against also. Okay? You understood
Yes,
that?
sir.
Now, when you're speaking from both the sides, it is important for the judges to understand कि तुमने कब अपनी side switch की, तुम कब for से against चली गई. So that it is not confusing for them. They are easily able to get it. For that reason, it is important for them to understand. Is that okay, Soumya?
Yes, sir. And in turn, you said that we have to give two roadmaps at last. So, how to give roadmap in
I'll tell
turn?
you. I'll tell you just before that. So that is why your turn is important. But what is your turn? Your turn is basically that transition when you're switching from for to against. Abhi, to give it, what can you do? You can either use some clear. Okay, so you can either use some clear phrases like that. Now I will begin my case against the motion, or I told you about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. Either that stuff. You can either use some clear phrases to indicate your turn, or you can change your body language, your body posture, or hand gestures to indicate the same. That is what you can do. अभी see, टर्न देते वक्त आई सेड कि ऐसा टर्न में रोड मैप नहीं देना तुमको, लेकिन व्हाट आई मेंट वाज कि जब तुम रोड मैप देते हो दूसरा वाला, दैट इज जब तुम अपना अगेंस्ट का रोड मैप देते हो, सो इट ऑफ कोर्स बिकम्स क्लियर टू द जजेस कि ठीक है, मतलब ये अगेंस्ट का रोड मैप दे रहा है तो मतलब इसने टर्न कर लिया है. नाउ ही इज स्टार्टिंग अगेंस्ट वाला पोर्शन. दैट इज व्हाट आई मीन. ओके सौम्या.
So, how we have to indicate that we are going to give a turn now?
ओके, सो जस्ट से देखो सौम्या, या तो आप अपने फॉर के लास्ट आर्गुमेंट के बाद ये करोगे, या फिर आप अपने फॉर के कंक्लूजन के बाद करोगे. जो भी हो, दोनों में से जो भी वैसी जैसे ही वो चीज खत्म होती है, जस्ट से दैट ओके, I told you about the case for the motion. Now I will begin my case against the motion. This is one line that you can use. Or maybe you can say that I told you about the positives. Let us turn the debate now and talk about the negatives. This is maybe what you can use. Okay? So just use one or two sentences like that to make it clear. Just use बहुत simple language में बस बोल दो कि हमारा ये खत्म हो गया, अब अगेंस्ट चालू करने जा रहे हैं.
Right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Excuse
Guys,
me,
I
sir.
need to add quickly, huh?
So can you please turn that for the that you have you were saying to share? Yes, sir. For one
I
minute.
will see.
After.
Don't worry. Vanya, can you please give us a topic for practice today? Okay, no worries. I'll share that. Abhi 7 baje I have another session. I'll try to share with you guys as soon as possible. Just drop a message on the group, one of you, so that I will share that. Okay. Uh, Rashi, quickly.
Yes, sir. Sir, tomorrow we have to send the two videos, one for the motion and one against the motion, or both will be combined.
Tomorrow you need to send me a combined 4 to 4.5 minute video, जहाँ पर you will speak पहले for and then you will make the turn and speak against. Okay.
Okay. Sir, I have also general doubt. It is very, it is very like in the for column we have written argument one for the motion. We have
हाँ.
given the argument one and then the rebuttal of argument one against the motion. Like we
हाँ.
have all we have not given the we have not like given the argument for sorry against the motion. Then how
हाँ.
can we rebuttal it?
Oh, see. Uh, Rashi, जब भी you will rebut in turn code, you will not say that my worthy opponent said so, so I will say this. Okay? That is what you can do in normal debate. But turn code में तुम ये नहीं करोगे. Turn code में तुम क्या कहोगे? That generally the public might say, or generally people might say that online gaming increases mental capabilities. But the truth is so and so. Okay? So of this online gaming increasing mental capabilities could have been your argument one against the motion. And you use that as a rebut. उसका rebuttal कर दिया, but उसको पहले बोला नहीं. Okay?
One more, sir. In the against the motion, we are in the against the motion. We have already given the argument one for the motion. Then in against the motion, then how can we rebuttal it? Like the statement which we'll give.
Again, same thing. Speak. That people speaking for motion might say so, but I say this. Simple.
But sir, simultaneously we have already said the uh, uh, argument in the for the motion while we were speaking it.
Yeah, you can
Then
still.
no, sir. Then can't we say that in the for the motion this was true, but in against the motion, like somewhat like that.
No, 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 Papa, don't say that. Don't say that. See, it is generally speaking on a line because it is a safer line to say. Okay? Just ये मत बोलो कि फॉर जब बोलूंगा मैं तब ये बोलूंगा, जब मैं अगेंस्ट बोलूंगा तब भी ये बोलूंगा. It is still correct, but like उतना अच्छा नहीं लगता. Okay, Rashi?
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. Is there any other question left?
Sir, but at the end, is it necessary to rebuttal?
Yeah, it is definitely. So इसके लिए marks.
Okay.
Guys, is there any other question?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. In that case, देखो, I know Ramya, you want an example, but abhi I do not have time because 7 baje we have another session, so we need to work for that as well. What I'll do is, Ramya, do you have the material kit in the e-form or in the physical form? Anything?
Sir?
Ramya, do you have the material kit in the e-version or in the physical form?
I have a physical.
Okay,
Sir, 1 minute.
you have the physical, right? So
Yes, sir, I have that.
just do one thing. उसका जो आपका second वाला section है, that is on your turn code debate. Part 2, turn code format of debating.
Yes, sir.
In that, you will find an example, a sample turn code debate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can refer to. Okay. Now, in this sample turn code debate, there is an issue which the writer, which just give me a debate.
Yes, sir. There is a teachers will be replaced by AI.
Yeah, इसमें इस वाली डिबेट में you can add something जो actual इसका जो भी author है उसने नहीं किया. That is कि आप he or she has not given the road maps. And मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं अगर तुम road map ना दो. I really love road maps and I want you all to give them. Okay. So even though in this debate the road maps are not being given, but I would want you to all to give them. Okay.
Sir, can you give some topics regarding the turncoat debate in the group so that we can
Yes, sir.
practice for
Please
tomorrow?
discuss any topic.
Okay. Guys, do you want me to send it on the group?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Just
sir.
two, three topics so that we can
Yes, sir.
practice
Two.
tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Because then we don't know how to do, so we can get an idea of that by doing topics, two, three topics.
So towards the end of your material kit, you will find sample debate topics. Okay. Towards the end of your material kit,
No, sir. Excuse me, sir.
yes.
So now, different from the book. Can you please give me? Can you please give us?
Sorry, what?
So different from the books, not from the books because there is answer written.
Challenge. I'll give you some other topics. Okay. I'll
But
try
Okay,
to.
sir,
sir.
these are only the topics. Like many topics are given.
There are many topics in a sample.
But can you please give us different because answers are written and we can see exactly. But we like when we do on our own, so we will get an
नहीं
idea
बेटा,
how to do.
राम्या बेटा,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not talking about the ones जिनके आंसर लिखे हैं. If you go थोड़ा सा नीचे towards the end of your material
Okay,
kit,
sir. Okay, sir.
हाँ, you will find some
Sir, I
sample
can't.
debate topics. Found,
Sir, I
right?
can't hear you because
I'm
Rashi.
sorry, Rashi.
That is.
Please, Rashi, can you please mute yourself for a minute? Okay, thank you, Rashi. Ramya, towards the
Yes,
end
sir.
of your part 3, just before your part 4, towards the end of part 3, the last page
Mhm.
of part
Yes,
3,
sir.
you have some sample debate topics in it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Inke answer is not in the material kit.
Okay, sir.
You can do them. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes. Anything else, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, I'll be ending this session. All the best, everyone, for
Good
tomorrow.
evening and thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you,
for all
sir.
the sessions and
Yes,
cooperation.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir,
you.
for all the sessions. Good evening and thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Rashi, did you want something? I could not hear you. Sorry.
no, sir, I was just saying good
We were.
evening.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Thank
Good evening and thank you, sir, for all the sessions. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
पता है Bye, everyone.